In Brownsville, a group of buildings has been recycled to preserve history and to serve the community. The original Haywood County High School is now the College Hill Center. Erected in 1851, this building was the Brownsville Baptist Female College. Young women from all over Tennessee came here to learn.
There was languages, there was science, there was music, there were, it was a full-scale curriculum. There was a dormitory behind this building that housed county female residents and some of the teachers. The roads would get bad in the wintertime, and so that made it easier for them. It was, I think, quite an establishment for the day, for the women to have that education opportunity.
Just after the turn of the century, the building was rechristened Haywood County High School. Classroom additions were added to each side of the main building, and the campus began to grow.
There was the auditorium, or the Marks Performing Arts Center that we know it now, was the gymnasium. Later they built a new gymnasium and turned that into an auditorium. There's another building that was the science building that's used now for Head Start programs. And so it's, it is made up of several buildings and really a little complex here.
The gymnasium building now houses the YMCA, and the Ag building is used by the county for maintenance and storage.
The county bought it in 1911, and it became one of the county high schools. It remained a high school till 1970. It sat empty for about 15 years, and then the city and county came together and to renovate it and brought it down to its original size.
The College Hill Center is a community resource used for meetings, gatherings, plays, and musical performances.
College Street is a hill, and when there would be snows, that's where we would come to ride our sleds or, to play in the snow. It would be closed to car traffic, and so it's been known as College Hill, that little area right in front.
Memories like these make College Hill a special place. As you walk the halls and look at the class photos, you can't help but wonder what stories these old walls would tell.
Most people will tell you when you come in the back door, you have two directions you can go in to get around the staircase. The men's bathroom was on one side and the women's was on the other. So when you came in, the girls always went to the right and the boys always go to the left. There are a lot of people that come in here that went to school here, they just naturally followed that.
Like many folks in Haywood County, Betsy attended this high school, as did her mom, Margaret Burton. That adds family tradition to the mosaic of memories.
The room we're in was a classroom. Algebra, math was taught here. Across the hall was the Latin plane geometry class. And so, yes, every one of these were all classrooms.
This room also houses a unique Abraham Lincoln Museum with photos, documents, and memorabilia.
Mr. Martin Felsenthal was a citizen here in town, and his father and grandfather were avid Abraham Lincoln fans. His grandfather made one of the eulogy talks when the train left Washington going back to Springfield with Lincoln's body, and we feel like that started his collecting. It was valued at $97,000 in 1983 before he left it to the city and county. It was stored until this building was renovated in 1990. The artifacts were brought out, cleaned, had people from Nashville, from the Tennessee Museum to come and tell them what was original, what were artifacts, but we have a number of really valuable items in the collection. And there are campaign tokens with Lincoln's picture on the front and his running mate on the back, and then there are documents with Lincoln's signature on them. There were appointments that he made when he first went in office.
Upstairs, the second floor hosts the Haywood County Historical Society's large collection of memories, including a bust of War of 1812 hero Jacob Jennings Brown, for whom Brownsville is named.
We have three rooms. One of the rooms is the Haywood County High School Sports Museum, and that has just been a real interest to anyone that attended high school here. They love to come back and see. We have a strong sports family, and sports has been a strong part of the high school, football and others.
The 15-6 score represents Haywood's 1969 win over the #1 Jackson Bears, which led to a state championship.
There's a front section of a little one-room schoolhouse. It's real neat to tell the young people that come, you know, it has a description of the school, how many students were there, how many grades were there. You know, there was a chalkboard, a potbelly stove, and that was about it. There were bathrooms were outside, outhouses, you know, and to let them know that that's where they may have had ancestors that went to a school similar to that. There's an old post office. There are uniforms that through the different wars that are interesting to them. And there are just a lot of old tools and that sort of thing too. And it's part of our history. It's part of our roots. It's part of our lives. You know, it's what makes us what we are, where we've been and where we're going. It just really, you know, is that's what, you know, what we're wanting to let people know and want them to realize. It just gives everybody pride in having this history here and keeping it. The museums that are in this building, the Haywood County Museum upstairs and the Abraham Lincoln Collection. You know, for a lot of the students that come, this is their first experience to see a museum, to tell them, you know, the museum can be a history of a place or a person. It just exposes them to, you know, that part of the world that they don't have, and a lot of times in a rural community. I just had my class reunion this summer, and we've met here, and it was good for them to come back, and, you know, they appreciate what the city and county have done.